Good afternoon, guys, and welcome. Well, look at what we have here. As you know by now, I chose to get 11 cards graded because the title of the video, the Cybertronian 11 have returned. They have come back from Ark. So yes, the company I went through for here in Australia is Ark Grading. Their website is arkgrading.com.au. What I will do is put a link to their services, their website, in the description. Now actually what I'm going to do is read out a quote on their site because it's quite good. So obviously at the time I record this, right, if you go to arkgrading.com.au and scroll down, it says, "To be human is to have a collection of memories that tell you who you are and how you got there." How good is that, right? How good is that? Like, that really does kind of resonate with me a little bit. Obviously, the way the world is headed, the direction that that we're headed as a species, doesn't really inspire a lot of confidence, if I'm being honest. So, nostalgia comes into it, where you tend to, I suppose, revert to things that you were interested in when you were a kid, something like that. Which obviously for me has become Transformers. Not just obviously collecting Transformers, like having an 86 collection, but trading cards as well. So so what I'll do is I'll put a link on their website. That's a lovely quote, really like that. I did join a Facebook group, I suppose dedicated to Ark Grading. They do seem to be well respected. The reviews are great, they really are. So generally it takes a while to get graded cards back, but I did pay a bit more for these. For this one, I opted for their premium service, which was $25 per card. Sounds like a lot when you're getting cards graded, but it's actually not too bad, $25 per card. An estimated 14-day turnaround for premium service. I'm assuming that is working days, and that is a 14-day turnaround from when the package was marked as having been received at the PO box until, I assume, when it ships. I assume it's working days. Mine shipped in 16. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Now, one interesting thing about this is that because of the nature of these cards, I really do not have any idea how they're going to grade. Because it's so niche, that group I've mentioned, I've looked through quite a few posts, and obviously most, if not all of them, more certainly most of them are Pokemon, all of that kind of stuff. I haven't found any kayou cards, and certainly not kayou Transformers. So I'm really flying blind with regards to how these 11 have come out. And how they've, what kind of grades they've gotten, Now, I will say as well that they do send you a PDF with the results. I received that yesterday afternoon. I have deliberately not looked at that because I wanted to be surprised, obviously, here when I open this. So, what am I hoping for? Well, you see pictures, and obviously it'd be nice if I get a whole load of 10s, I suppose anything less, if I'm being honest, anything equal to or less than 8, I would kind of be disappointed about, really. Obviously, with 11 cards being in here, it'd be nice if at least half a dozen of those pulled 10s, At least a couple would be nice, With the majority of them being 9s, I'd be happy with that. But again, like I said, I'm flying blind. I've just got no idea where these are going to go because I've never seen them grade cards like this before. Obviously, I'm wearing gloves because this is the Cybertronian 11. You've got to treat these boys with respect, okay? Now, only opening up 11 cards here, 11 graded cards, could kind of be something that it could be quite quick, but I'm not going to go out of my way to be quick. I'm going to savour the experience. And again, I've said it before a few times, but yeah, I don't know how they've graded. And before I open this, I have no idea how they're going to go. So let's crack this and see. This is so exciting. I've waited like what? 3 weeks or something like that for this. I am psyched. These were across, obviously, the boxes I'd opened prior to the Cybertronian Jackpot Chase, and then that original chase I did, and then the V2 chase and the bonus round. These are the 11 cards I picked that I wanted to be graded straight away. 11 of them. It's very likely I'll use their service again to get some more graded. It is exciting, but I'm going to open this little puppy right here in front of you, and we're going to explore. This is the Cybertronian 11. One must talk with a measure of respect when one deals with the Cybertronian 11. The Cybertronian 11 command respect, really, don't they? Okay, shut up, Si. Shut up, really. Eventually, I'll get this sucker opened, you know. You're like, come on, we're such a noob. I know. Tell me something I don't know. It's okay, but I want to enjoy this. I want to savour the experience. Like I say, I don't know how they fared. Honestly, I could have a half dozen sixes in here. I'd be like, really? Wouldn't that be disappointing, you know? But anyway. Oh, the magic is about to happen, folks. The 11. Oh, I get you. Look, okay, stop being silly. Oh, mate. Look at this, right? Oh, look at this. Okay. Now, I think they've given... I've seen them do this before, like card savers, which are obviously... It's a good idea them doing it, really, because obviously the idea is you use these when you utilise their services from then on, right? You know, good idea them doing that. Put them to one side for now. I know what they are, like, so I'm not going to bother unboxing them or anything like that. Let's get these babies out. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Yep, so we've got 11. I do not know what order they're in, and I do not have the list of 11 cards up in front of me at the moment. Obviously, I know what ones they are, but I don't want to get an idea of what the sequence is going to be or anything like that. So let's get that boy to one side. Okay. So, again, I've got no idea how these fared. They come in these lovely sleeves, though, don't they? So what I think I'm going to do is push it down from the top. I do not know how these are going to go. Okay, this is obviously the CR of Optimus from Series 3. They look really nice in that, though, from what I can see. I've got no idea how these scored. I've got no idea. Let's have a go. Oh, look at that. He's a 10. Oh, he's a 10. I mean, look, corner's 9.5, right? You're like, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Optimus Prime TF03 CR1 of, what's that say, 8. CR Infiltration Series 3 2023. That is astonishing. That is so isn't that nice, guys? Look, what a nice card to start with. Getting a 10 on Optimus there. That looks really nice. It's got a bit of weight to it as well. That's what she said, of course, but it really does. That's lovely. Well, honestly, what a card to start with. My God, that's fantastic. I'm going to try and see if I can load you up right there. But like I said, let them speak for you a little bit. Look, that is astonishing. I am so proud to have that as a member, to join the Cybertronian Jackpot Chasers collection. That is great. So happy. I'm not sure if I want to leave that there. Do you think it'd be better there, or should I just leave them? Maybe I'll just do a row and put these aside for now. What do you say? Yeah. How good is that, guys? How good is that? 1 down, and I've got 10 to go. That's lovely, isn't it? What a start. What a start. Look, that is... I think they're individually... They're wrapped as well. So, look, I'm wearing gloves anyway, and I intend to obviously... Oh, that is sublime. Ark You have excelled yourself. Isn't that great? The good thing about having something like this is that obviously when it's not in a binder or anything like that, you get to see the back of the card as well. I think you can do a thing where you scan that barcode as well. You see a line down there, but I think that's just, yeah, see that there? I think that's just obviously the tab, like with the plastic around the outside. That is astonishing. Okay, you're going to go right there, Optimus. You can still see that, right? 1 down, 10 to go. Guys, I don't know how they fared. I do not know how they fared. This is great. What is going to be next? Bumblebee. This is the Bumblebee CR, also from Series 3. You know I liked Series 3, right? But most people probably would not have expected me to have chosen this card, you know? But as far as Bumblebee goes, I think it's a brilliant look of him. You know, it captures that sort of naivety, not naivety, but you know, that innocence, and obviously him sort of being small but loyal. That personifies the G1 Bumblebee as far as I'm concerned to a T. It really does. So let's just, like a band-aid, right off. What do you say? What do you say? That one's also a 10. That one, look. His 10, look. Bumblebee 10 across the board. Look at that. No, stop it. Guy, oh, that's terrific, really. I'm going to always go through the back as well. Again, that's the beauty of these. You get to see the back also. Wow. Look at that. That's not a normal 10. Or it says, I thought it was like pristine. But these guys, obviously, as you can, I think, see there, if I get it in the right light, that's perfect. Oh, look at that Bumblebee. Crikey. So, I was kind of hoping for a couple of 10s across all 11 of them. I've got 2 10s straight away. So, winning. Oh. Look, each one of these comes in these nice sleeves as well. I mean, I could, you know, you could put it back in there if you want to. Obviously, I do not intend to do that. All right, okay. What a start! What a start! I don't know about you, but I am pumped for more. How good is that? I've got 2 cards and pulled 2 10s. That is lovely. Okay. Oh, this is Ironhide, the CR with Ironhide. Again, you guys are obviously seeing a pattern emerging. These are all, I should read out each one too, really. I'm sorry, I should read out each one. So, Bumblebee TF03 CR, what's that, 3 of 8. CR Infiltration Series 3, 2023. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So this is also a CR from Series 3. You know how much a fan I was of Series 3. Like, absolutely. You know, I always liked this card. I was so pumped to get Ironhide. I happen to have 2 of these cards, and it's likely I'm going to do the other one as well. Oh, look at that. Okay, look. The corner's 9.5. Look at that. It's a solid 10. Well, I mean, look, you know. Does that one say? That one says Wow, see that? I did not know that. I did not know that about Ark. If you get 10 across the board, it's a 10 perfect. If you get 10 but it's not 10 across the board, like you've got obviously the corners of 9.5, it's 10 pristine. Isn't that interesting? How nice is that though? You know, and I will say, look, I am pleased they go on these stands as well, because you know, that's going to be just littered throughout my display here. Well, I didn't see that happening, I'll be honest. I think it's fair to say they're possibly all going to fare extremely well. Ironhide TF03 CR 3 of 8. CR Infiltration. Does that say 3 of 8? Did that other one also say 3 of 8? That one is 3 of 8. Okay, sorry, my bad. That one is 2 of 8 and this one is obviously 1 of 8. That's okay. Oh, what a start we've had. I had no idea how they were going to fare. I really didn't. I am psyched. I am absolutely psyched. This is lovely for me. Oh, Starscream. Also again, a CR from Series 3. Seeing the pattern emerging here, me too. I love the CRs from Series 3. It's one of the reasons Series 3 was one of my favourite series. Even in some ways I prefer it more than the 40th anniversary. Come on Starscream, don't let me down, you bad boy. Okay, look, he's also got the edges 9.5, you know, you can't help but not look at it now. Lovely. That is lovely. I tell you what, I'm going to go with Ark again. And I'm not sort of really saying that. Ark, look at that, see that? See how that says on that strip up the top there, Ark Assurance Seal? There you go, you see it? See that there now? How nice is that? You know? Brilliant. Brilliant, really. I mean, obviously, you know, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, that sounds like sort of big-headed, right? But I do take very good care of my cards. I always sleeve and top load them. Fresh sleeves, fresh top loaders, and all of that. So I shouldn't be surprised. But this is going even better than I thought. I did not think, there's no way. I did not think that I would pull the first 4 cards and get 10s in each one. Absolutely not. I'm so pumped, really. Look, lovely, really. Very, very nice. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, this is Blitzwing. You know, this is a phenomenal looking card. I always really liked this one. I'm not necessarily big on Blitzwing as a character, although obviously it's nice that he had that, you know, obviously played that part in the intro to the 86 movie. But there's always something about this card that I thought was particularly astonishing, really. So I'm going to give you a good look as I am. That's CR 8 of 8. He scored a 10 as well. So pristine, you know, not perfect, but look, all surface on that one. See that? Isn't that interesting? The corners of Ironhide were a bit of a letdown, 9.5, bit of a letdown, you know. Same again on the Optimus, if I'm being honest, right? The edge is 9.5, with everything else 10. The edge is 9.5 on the Starscream one, and this one here has the surface 9.5, but everything else 10. Sorry guys, I'm really making gay sounds, aren't I? Isn't that a bit sad? It is, isn't it? It's fine. You can say it if you like it. You could leave a comment and say, yeah, that was a bit sad, or yeah, that was a bit gay, and I'd probably write back and go, guilty as charged. But I am having a good time. Did I think I'd unbox 5 of the 11 and get all 10s? No, I did not. Okay. I very much like those CR cards, so there's no way I don't get more of those done. This is the Soundwave BP, also from Series 3. There are 2 cards that I would have really wanted to get a 10. Like, I would really like to see this card get a perfect 10. I don't think it will. I'm not saying that for any reason. If you ask me, it looks a tad bent, the card itself. That might just be me. But this is one of my, you can see my face. Okay. This is one of my favourite cards in the set. It really is. It really is. Like, it's in the top 3. Oh, edge is 9.5. We still have another pristine. Oh, Ark, you have outdone yourself. If you're watching this, you have outdone yourself. This is brilliant, honestly. I packaged my cards up with a level of care that, a box inside a box, plenty of bubble wrap, but not too much, They could see, obviously, a lot of care and attention went into this, and they have treated my cards here Have I torn my glove already? Isn't that strange? Oh no, it's a bit of tape. Son, you suck. What are you doing? Go away. Go away. If anyone from Ark, I suppose, is watching this, you have treated my cards with the level of care and respect that I would have wanted. Absolutely. And that is a higher bar. Look at this. How is that not out? And how is something like this not an outstanding addition to anyone's collection? Brilliant, brilliant, faultless, really, faultless. well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. What do you say? Is that? That's fine. That's all right. Oh. Okay. What a good time. What a good time. Oh, okay. This is one of the USRs from the 40th anniversary set. This is a numbered card. I will show you that again on the back. Bumblebee's Last Stand, I think it's called. Yeah, I think you can see that in the bottom left there. If I can get that just kind of right, you know. Yeah, that does say Bumblebee's Last Stand. Look at that. There's a lot of work that went into that card. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we go with you. Edge is 9.5, but we have us ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look. Absolutely. And as mentioned, that is a numbered card. This is 282 of 399. I mean, look, if I'm being honest, most of these cards here you've seen me pull. You saw me open basically each pack and get them. I you know, no way. I mean, I'm not real keen on the USRs for the 40th anniversary, if I'm being honest. They are they're okay, but because they're kind of comic covers, I wasn't a real comic reader and all, but so it doesn't really mean as much to me. I would have preferred something more about the TV show in the same vein with these kind of treatments. But numbered cards like that, and obviously there's a lot of work that's gone into that one. Oh, psyched. Absolutely psyched. Well, let's pause and reflect, shall we? We've got 4 more to go. I would never have imagined this. I would never have imagined this. I had no idea how these were going to fare because I've not seen Ark. Well, you wouldn't see most actually get kayou Transformers cards graded, but this is beyond my wildest imagination. It really is. Okay. This is the other USR from the 40th anniversary set. Sorry, I've not been reading out the on top of the cards, have I? I was supposed to sort of be doing that. Sorry, bear with me. So, yeah, Soundwave BP Beyond Vision Series 3. Yeah. I'm aware they have those kinds of titles, really. This one here, obviously, Tier 40Y USR 11 of 17, USR out of 399. Look at that, 40th anniversary, 2024 kayou Transformers. This is magnificent. It really is. Speaking of the 40th anniversary set, now I've mentioned this before. Much like with the other cards, and certainly that other USR, I like this one, but I don't like the motif. I don't know what sort of storyline they were going with, but that obviously says Optimus Prime Autobot Killer. Not real keen on that, if I'm being honest. But look, you know, a USR, a numbered card is a numbered card you don't have before. I know what you're thinking. Shut up, Si, and just unveil it. Alright, Edges 9.5, we have another 10 pristine. I wouldn't have, you know, not in my wildest imagination would I have expected to get 10s across the board quite like this. Again, another numbered card. I love how they wrap them up like that. Honestly, it feels like something you treasure, you know. Am I going to sell any of these? Hell no. No chance. Lovely. That is not my intention to sell any of these. They are the cornerstone of my collection. Absolutely. This is money can't buy. Well, I mean it can. Like, you know, you buy enough packets, you're going to get them, right? But when you go the extra hog and you have something like this done, see that? Optimus Prime Autobot Killer. Is that an exclamation they've put in there? at the end. It is. Yeah. Again, I do not like the motif. Optimus Prime Autobot Killer. I wasn't a comic reader though. Moving on. Oh my lordy lordy. Oh dear. Yeah, you saw me pull the XR from the 40th, didn't you? These are numbered as well. The treatment that has gone into the XR card for the 40th anniversary set is second to none. It is second to none. There's nothing else like it out there. That is sublime. Honestly, you've not seen. This is the number one. Like, you know, I've said it before. I wasn't a big fan of Bumblebee, though I do like that card very much. Enough for it to obviously, for me to have included it in only 11 cards. If there was a card that I would want to be a 10 across the board, it's this one. But it is what it is, and we're at the mercy of what we are about to see. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a 9.5. Oh, isn't that a shame? Oh, Bumblebee. Isn't that a gem mint? I mean, look, still not obviously unhappy. 9.5. Like, you don't cry yourself to sleep going, oh, fuck. Really? I only got a 9.5, but what a shame. Look, that's lovely though. Like, it is 9.5. Look, centering was only 9. Oh, what a shame. I'm not unhappy to put a 9.5 on Bumblebee though, but that's a bit of a, you know, again, like I say, obviously a numbered card. 103 of 199. You know, again, what Ark do? I mean, Ark, if you're watching, I have the utmost respect. You have absolutely excelled yourself. You really have. Look, that's you know, 9.5 on Bumblebee. Look, it is what it is, right? There's that expression that he doesn't like, and he's going to keep saying it. So I've got 2 cards left, and I know what they are. Because you've seen me across a Jackpot Chase and the V2 Chase. You've seen me open 3 sets. Alright? The 40th anniversary set, the Series 3 set. This is the Transformers 1 set. Right. So this is the Optimus Prime UR Star from Transformers 1. Honestly, that Bumblebee. It's fine. Look, I didn't read it out again either, did I? Bumblebee Tier 40Y, XR 1 of 4, XR of 199, 40. Like, I'm not unhappy though. Like, it is what it is. I am not unhappy though. It really does. It comes across in everything that they've done here. That, however, whatever level of respect you have for the card, this is such a high bar. Whatever the level of respect that you have for the cards that you're sending them, they will match that. This feels like they have gone, this guy really gives a damn about his cards, gives a shit. You know, we are going to match that. They absolutely will treat your cards with the level of respect that they deserve. They will match how you feel about it. Let's see how Optimus gone here. Oh, he's a 9. He's a 9. Optimus, what are you doing? I mean, look, that's not a problem though. That is, does that say mint? Does that say mint plus? I think it's mint plus. Sorry, I'm going to do the thing with my. I think it is. It's almost like a mint and a full stop. But I'm assuming that's meant to be mint plus. Centering 8.5. Surface 10, edges 9.5, corners 9.5. Again, Transformers 1, like, you know, I'm not unhappy. Look, I'm ecstatic, really. Can you tell? I'm not unhappy. Look, this is great, though. This is terrific. Optimus Prime, TF01 UR of 910, UR 699. That's brilliant. 2024 kayou Transformers 1. Magnificent. It is such a mark of, I don't know, you know, It is such a mark of respect for me to say that. They have obviously treated my cards with the level of care and respect that I would have wanted. This brings me to number 11 of 11. This brings me to the last one. Now this obviously is the Megatron SHR from Transformers 1. I'm not as keen on Megatron transforming into a tank, as you know, but this is one of the cards that I'm very happy to have in a case like this, because it does give you more of a chance at recognizing the beauty of the card more so than sometimes throwing him in the top loader can take something away from the card. This has retained it. Let's see how we go. The final reveal. Oh, it's a 10 pristine. I didn't see that coming, especially after the Optimus. I didn't see that coming. Look. Okay, let's just read it out. Let's read it out first. Okay, Megatron TFO1 SHR 6 of 6 SHR Series 1 2024 kayou Transformers 1 10 pristine. And let's do this. Look. Wow. I'm sorry, that's so gamey to just kind of say wow like that, you know. I always really liked this card though because of obviously my fondness for Megatron, plus obviously the level of lenticular technology that has gone into that. You don't see that every day. I like the feeling that when Ark were looking at these cards, they kind of, you know, it screams quality really. It screams the cornerstone of someone's set. It really does. Now, obviously, being an SHR, this actually was not a numbered card. The SHR cards from Transformers 1 are not numbered, but that is astonishing. I know there were different ones. There's like not just Megatron, but D16, not just Optimus, but Orion Pax. There'd be others as well. I think there's a few. In fact, actually, it would say how many there are down the bottom there. What's that, 8 of? Or maybe 6. I think that's 6, isn't it, really? So with the 6 of, obviously, you probably got Optimus and Megatron, D16 from the movie, D16 and Orion Pax, and you'd have probably Elita 1 and obviously B127. That'd be the 6. That'd be my guess. That is astonishing though. Wow, what can I say? What can I say that has not been said before? This has been a remarkable unveiling for me. Ark, you have done me proud. You have done yourself proud. Brilliant. I'm going to take a few pictures of these. Oh, I like the weight to it. You know, sometimes you get something with that, where when something has a weight, it's almost indicative of quality. You know, brilliant, brilliant. What a collection. Oh, I'm going to be sending more. I'm going to be sending more of my cards their way. I really am. You know. Have another quick look at it again. Blitzwing TF03 CR 8 of 8 and Starscream 7 of 8. CR Infiltration. Series 3 kayou Transformers centering. Look at that. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm going to send more cards their way. There's no way that doesn't happen. Let's have a quick look at the. I mean, look, that Optimus is gold, though, isn't it? Really, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, brilliant. And obviously, Bumblebee, the Bumblebee CR, the only card to get a perfect 10. I've got no problem with that though, because look, I had 11 cards graded, and 9 of them were 10s. You're joking, aren't you? You're joking. That's brilliant for me. You don't know how they're going to fare when you get them done, but I mean that's kind of the risk you take with them, really. But oh, this is beautiful. What a way to preserve cards, hey? I am all on board. This has been fantastic. All right. Well, I do not believe I will ramble any longer. I will leave this here as is. Megatron and I will bid you a farewell. Now, have I bought more cards? Do I have more coming? Because of how damaged I am, and you know I'm damaged, the answer is obviously yes. I do have more cards on their way, more boxes on their way. By and large, the sets that I'm continuing to purchase are the same as those that I have purchased before. If I'm being honest, I'm not buying any more of Transformers 1, which would be obviously these two, just because Transformers 1 doesn't hit the nostalgia feels quite like some of these CRs do from Series 3, and also obviously the 4th. Let's have a quick look at that one again. So look, I'm going to wrap this one up here. If you want to see any more from me as far as card unboxings is concerned, please leave a comment. If you don't, that's fine. I won't upload anymore. I'm still recording them, but that's because I like doing it for me. But what I might do at some point on my channel, obviously there won't be a lot of activity on my channel moving forth really. But what I will do is I'm going to still upload a best of my reactions as far as, because I like sort of seeing that for me as well. Every time I've said something stupid or anything like that, which is obviously quite often, I have amalgamated all of those reactions into a video, which I will... Oh, it's lovely, isn't it, really? Wowee, mate. Wowee. All right, look. Brilliant. I couldn't have asked for more. Ark, well done. Well done, guys. You have excelled yourself. I'm going to take some pictures and post it to that Facebook group dedicated to them. And obviously, I'm going to reference that line I've said in this video. I'll also link this video once it goes live. Alright guys, this has been fantastic. I've got a bit of clearing up to do. I'm going to be moving all of these to their nice little locations where they're going to be. Thanks for watching, anyone who's watching. This has been a brilliant time for me. Obviously, look, you can't be unhappy. Ark, you can expect us to be getting more of my Transformers cards in the future. Have no fear of that one. For anyone else who has been along for the journey since the very beginning particularly, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you for the next time.